Hello, hello, 1 2 3 1 2 3. I hope that you can hear me properly. And 1 second. We need to get some more light, don't we? Okay. So it seems that everything is fully operational, and as usually no one is watching me, so that's good. You will watch the video later. Anyway, time to have a couple of words about the new year that just started. Well, according to astrology, new year starts in March with the ingress of Sun into Aries. So I don't really believe that this is the new year yet, but as I said for last year on this channel, we are ahead of massive changes, and there is going to be loads of activity that is going to happen all around the world, that is going to change everything that we understand. And one second, come on, camera. Come on. Read the sign. Oh yeah. Okay. So the changes are coming, and they are very soon. And the first, well, and I hope that I'm wrong, but from time to time, all that we do has to go through some sort of cycle of destruction. Because, well, if there's a very old house that is not really suitable for living in it because it is outdated, there is no heating, there is no proper windows, sometimes these type of buildings are being demolished to make room for something newer or better. Sometimes it does really happen that maybe people leave certain area and the buildings are taken down and never rebuilt. And there are some cases where buildings are built, lived in, and then abandoned because they don't feel the purpose anymore. But this time, I assume, and I think, and I hope I'm wrong, and you know, it's just astrology and predictions, so you can never be sure whether they are right or wrong. We are at this moment where stuff is going to be demolished to make room for something new, and there is lots of energy that is going to be observable coming to the world, and it is going to happen. Come on, I have it. I'll show you the horoscope in a second. So we've spoken about that already, yeah, but let me just go to the desktop mode. Yeah. So this is our sky right now. Well, not right now, that's the 2nd of January. Is it the 2nd? No, the 1st of January now. So there is this conjunction of these three planets, Sun, Venus and Mars, that is going to happen in Capricorn. So technically speaking, if Venus and Mars meet, the power of copulation, it is the energy that can produce offspring if used correctly. So when it meets Sun in the same time, it does not happen too often. I think it happens every 2 or 3 years, but it does not happen too often, but it does happen. Depends on the sign where it is, and it is in Capricorn. So these days, let's say from the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th to 9th of January, let's say, maybe even 10th of January, this is the energy where self-consciousness, ego, will meet the female and male energy. One of them is responsible for beauty and art and diplomacy and balance, while the other is initiation, steel fire, scalpel, masculine energy, fight, initiate. So if these three energies meet, if you're willingly doing that, you can harness this energy, because it is going to be easy to turn on ego. And ego is nothing wrong, it is self-consciousness. So these days, from the, let's say, 4th to the 10th of January, and because it is happening in Capricorn, it means that this energy should be settled and easy to contain, to build a container around it, like around the nuclear reactor, to use it for your own purpose. So these are very good days to do mantras, to do to start and initiate your projects, jobs, new stuff in your life. It depends whether it happens in your horoscope and horoscope of your country, for example, but it is energy that can be easily used and turned into offspring. So you can, it's a very, very good moment for creating stuff, yes? That's point number one. And the second point of interest of us is the days around the, around the 19th of January, when we will have this big conjunction that I've spoken about. So we have Pluto here that is sextiling Saturn and Neptune that are almost in conjunction in the first degree of Aries. Not yet, that's February next year. And trining Uranus. So that's loads of energy on its own. But there is this planetary parade that is going to meet Pluto in the third degree of Aquarius. And then we'll have Moon, Sun, Venus, Mercury, and Mars. I did tell you exactly in one of my previous videos what planets are going to give extra power to this Pluto here. And this is an explosive mix for everyone around the world, if it is aspecting your horoscope somehow. But it will aspect most of people's horoscope, especially late degrees of zodiac sign and early degrees of zodiac sign. And everything in the 2026 is going to shift from the 0-1 degree of horoscope, and late degrees like 28, 29 degrees of each and every zodiac sign, to maybe 3-4 degrees of zodiac sign, where all the action is going to take place in the new year. What can I expect from this aspect? So Pluto, the god of underworld, the god of Hades, I'm sorry, the god of underworld, and Pluto in Roman mythology is energy that governs all the hidden potentials that are deeply hidden, and everything that is deeply hidden, that's a plutocracy. So that's the ruling of the wealthy class that does not really show their faces in the television, but they actually rule because they have resources to do it, whether it's money or influence some other how. And this potential is going to get activated. These are the third week of January till the very late of January, 9th of January, as far as I remember. And it really is interesting where this points, because that's a very, very, I assume they are going to be very important days. And listen to me, if January is nice and easy and nothing important is happening in January, I will be very sad of myself, would not be proud. But these months are going to be life-changing for very many countries and people all around the world. And this planetary parade is going to aspect Panama, for example. I don't know how, but it's sector of communication. You know, in Panama there's like two businesses. One is banking, and the second one is the most famous one in Panama Canal. That's business number one in Panama. Banking is probably business number two. But I don't know. These are just my assumptions. And I had a look at horoscopes of other countries, what is going to be happening around this time and later this year. And very many countries are going to get affected. So I assume that very many people are going to get affected by these transits as well. I did say that the public appearance of both, and that's funny thing, because both Vance and Trump are going to be challenged early this month. And let's have a look at this Panama country again, because that is going to be spectacular. That is going to happen on this planetary parade, is going to happen exactly on Panama's Saturn, that's in the 6th house, and it's gonna square Mercury in the sector of communication. I assume really interesting timing for Panama. And that's not the only country, because other countries are going to get affected somehow as well. Even Switzerland, that is I did have a look at Switzerland just couple of minutes before this broadcast, because for Switzerland, when we'll have this conjunction or even triple conjunction of Saturn, Neptune and Moon, that is going to oppose Mars of Switzerland 058, and the conjunction is going to happen 039, more or less. So even countries like Switzerland are going to so this is the big conjunction that is happening. Here we have Mars. That's not all, because you see Pluto and Saturn are going to somehow relax this tense transit. But anyways, I would expect some sort of clash between ideas of how society is communicating with the ruling class. I don't know, maybe they will introduce some sort of because I know that Switzerland is very into referendum and voting for everything, like by general public. So maybe that's gonna be an issue, or maybe simply tension between how people speak up to the government and the way back. So even countries like that are going to get affected. I was asked to do horoscope of Afghanistan. I'm not really sure. I did check that horoscope a bit. It seems to be operational. Let's have a look at that horoscope as well. Afghanistan for now. Let's have a look at the transits. Is there anything interesting going to happen soon? So I would suggest that the first interesting moments for Afghanistan are going to happen, because this big conjunction in February seems to be beneficial for Afghanistan for the time being. But then later we are going to have Pluto that is going to affect Uranus in the sector of communication of Afghanistan, and I would suppose that might cause some sort of tension, and that's gonna be tension number, but that's year 2029, 2030, not yet. So and let's have a look at the progressions for Afghanistan as well. Progress chart, and Uranus is going forwards. I am not sure about these lines, whether they are perfectly fine or not. You can never know, because the data I found is 1747, so you don't, even if they were signing something at 12 o'clock, it does not really mean that they did it 12 o'clock, not 12:05. So that's gonna be a massive difference regarding progressions. 1723. So if this date and time is right, oh no, it's not happening. Uranus is gonna go backwards in 2028, so maybe, but I would have to investigate this horoscope more of Afghanistan. Let's have a look at all of them, because this is New Year's Eve, so let's not New Year's Eve, this is the first day of the new year. I'm not sure about the Singapore, I don't know history of Singapore and I did not check it, but if this horoscope is right and if these lines are right, we might have some restructuring. And I did have a vision about like Malacca Strait being blocked, but in this period that would be January as well, 2027. So that's not yet, but soon. Some sort of distraction, divorce and rebuild of partnership of Singapore. So Singapore, let's say, may switch sides, can make a divorce with I don't know whether Singapore is running business mostly with China or with US, I don't know, but there, whoever it is, there can be a divorce and rebuild of that system. And this instability in sector of partnership or distraction in the sector of partnership may repeat itself in 2029 as well for Singapore. So that would be number one. So we still have time. We should get back to horoscope of Singapore. Let's just have a look at the progress chart for Singapore as well. So that would be 954. So Jupiter here, but it's going retro. So 954, 846. Let's see when 846 happens. 846 happens in 2036. So I assume this sort of transit would indicate that the area of partnership again is illuminated and self-consciousness of but that's a long-lasting transit, so self-consciousness of Singapore is going to be illuminated. And then I assume lots of stuff going on with partners and especially trade partners with of Singapore is going to change. Let's have a look at Paraguay, because I did have a look at Paraguay transits first. Am I sure about these lines? Not really, but the question is, if it's gone, was there any sort of, I don't know history of Paraguay at all, but was there any sort of revolutionary activity in Paraguay in 2024 May? But then this horoscope might be functional if there was any big things happening back then. But if we are talking about future, not past, the biggest transit that Paraguay is going to experience is Pluto is gonna be close to the Sun during this planetary parade. That's January this year, 2026, but that's not gonna be exact. It's not gonna be as close as to Saturn of Panama, for example. But I assume when Pluto does its job, that deep secrets that engulf in flames, in revenge and sadness in Paraguay might be turned on, and that would be later this year. So Paraguay should be interesting during that planetary parade as well. So that would be the main player for Paraguay, just this one, and then it shouldn't be as much tension as such. Yeah. So Paraguay has hopefully a small job to do, but let's have a look at progress chart as well. Ooh, 2630. For Paraguay, there might be a jump forward soon. $25.40. No, 2707. October 2026 can be some sort of kickstart of Paraguay, but we'll get back to that. I don't really see Paraguay being like badly affected and stuff. But I might be wrong, but I have to spend time more time regarding Paraguay. Argentina though, I made a full video regarding Argentina, and Argentina seems to be quite exciting for next couple of years, especially when you can see there's a big stellium, a number of planets in Gemini in the natal horoscope of Argentina, and Uranus is going to aspect each and every of this planet together with Saturn, Neptune and Pluto, more or less. So I would expect some action in Argentina as well. I did describe it. I had some sort of a vision regarding Argentina as well. That's in one of my full videos, predictions for Argentina. But this timing, especially when Uranus is together with Mars aspecting Sun of Argentina, that's gonna be July 2026, might be quite interesting for Argentina, especially for revolutions in the roots of the nation. And there is very, as I told you, this setup in the sky is very powerful. It does not happen too often. The last similar one was in the year 476, I think, when the Roman Empire collapsed, but that was a different setup. And but empires, they do rise and they do fall. So maybe we are just ahead of situation like that. Yeah, you can access the full horoscope of Argentina that I did. Australia. Pluto here, and the MC of Australia. Yeah. So I would expect some regarding the office, the government in Australia. Some events are going to have. That's 19th of January as well. So the career as such of Australia might get affected in these days. Mid to late January 2026. So that's gonna be played as well. And that is player number 1 for the time being. And I didn't do the full horoscope of Australia yet, because I'm not very sure about this horoscope, whether it works or not. But if there is interesting action regarding Australia and the office of the government, how Australia is being run and seen as a business entity for others, is going to get affected, and that's 2nd and 3rd and 4th week of January. If it works, then we'll do the full horoscope of Australia for the years to come. Romania. Not yet. Not yet. But in the year 2028, yeah, there might be some action in Romania as well. And actually this Neptune is very close to the point of, two of them, yeah, 2 of them. We'll get back to Romania later. But this big conjunction that we'll have in the sky in a couple of weeks, 3rd week of February 2026, is going to affect, in a way, servitude of Romania through the highest form of love, so the unconditional love. So there might be some misjudgments in Romania in that period, but then Romania will still have time, if these lines are correct for Romania, there is going to be interesting events going on in Romania 2028, 29, where Pluto is here on the career apex of Romania, and Uranus is here. So I expect some interesting events in Romania happening soon as well. Colombia. Come on, let's have a look at Colombia. Is there anything going to happen soon? Some action already have taken place, and I'm so sleepy after Christmas from a very simple reason that I ate so much. Christmas is dangerous. Russia, modern. Okay, we did speak about Russia, and I say that this planetary parade that is going to happen with Panama's Saturn is a bit a couple of degrees earlier, so it's going to be directly affected by this planetary parade. But this planetary parade should give us the feeling of more or less, because that's gonna be very strong. So there is lots of energy that is flowing from this point onto this healthy structure of Russia, and that's gonna get affected. And as Pluto is not exactly conjuncting Saturn, it may just give us the feeling, because these aspects are going to be very, very strong, of what type of interaction Pluto is going to do with Saturn in 2026, later this year. So I expect Russia may encounter some sort of problems as well. And you see, I did watch a couple of clairvoyants recently, and you see two of them spoke about disintegration of China, and in my less than humble opinion, we are not going to see that. What we are going to see instead, I assume, and I think that this is the integration of West, not of the East, and this is the rise of the East and the South, more or less as such. And I did both see in the horoscopes, and I feel that this is the West that is going to fall in the next couple of months. The fall of an empire usually takes not days, but months, years, decades sometimes. And I did say that I'm not really sure about the horoscope of Taiwan, but I think that Taiwan is going to get integrated into China sooner or later in a peaceful matter. I don't really think that these people want to fight each other. They want peaceful. They would want to be peacefully reunited. And the thing is that year 2026 is a year of opportunities. Even though there is lots of activity that may be described as lots of distractions happening in 2026, if you play it right, 2026 can be a year of opportunity for you as well. I did set up a Telegram group where I will be able to speak more openly, and I'm going to do some Kick lives probably as well. Kick.com. It is a place where people can say more and in less politically correct manner than on YouTube. So that will be happening as well. And the days are just ahead of us where loads of stuff is going to change very, very soon. in the world. And I hope I'm wrong again, and all is going to be nice and easy. But watching these two clairvoyants, both I think from UK, they were saying that China is going to disintegrate and go into democracy. I don't really feel it, and I don't really find it. You have to remember that these are nations, usually the Asia, that is far away from democracy, as far away from democracy as possible. And I think democracy in the West will fall. It will not rise in the East. So that's the general view and feeling that I have about the future. And remember that challenging times means loads of opportunities for everyone, everywhere. If I have an interesting feeling about the days to come, I will share it with you, but I will try to do it in the best possible manner, not to cause any panic or any. Anyway, I'm too fat and too old to participate in Christmas as hard as I did this year. So that's it for today. See you next time. If you have questions, write them under the video and I will try to answer them. I just reminded myself that I should do Finland. I was asked to do Finland once and I haven't done it yet. But from the interesting horoscopes, most of them is done, and you're more than welcome to watch my videos, and that I already did. And I just did a video about Israel, and I think that Israel is going to have interesting days in January and States in February. So that's it for today. See you next